Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, jumping right into it, we got to talk about Matt Barnes and the alleged beating down of Derek Fisher over his ex-wife, Gloria Govan. So everybody's talking about it. I said I was going to retire Laura Govan, and then Gloria sneaks her ass back up in it. So it's always some shit with them Govan sisters, you guys. I tell you, them girls is professionals, okay? You could attach whatever ending to professionals that you want. But let me get on with the story. You guys know that Matt Barnes was married to Gloria Govan. We have quite a bit of background on their relationship, as she was one of the stars on Basketball Wives LA before both her and her sister were put off the show. And yes, they've had quite a tumultuous relationship. Nobody expected them to get married. Then all of a sudden they got married. It was very much on the low. After quite a bit of talk about Gloria Govan sneaking around and having sex with the Game, you guys remember that was a big story. The Game came out and said that they was doing shit, and then all of a sudden it was like, no, they not doing nothing, and Matt Barnes and the Game are friends, and it was all this, you know, it was a story that sounded like it was being swept under the rug. And that's not the only story that we heard about Gloria Govan. We even heard that Gloria had slept with her own brother-in-law, or what is it? The almost brother-in-law is engaged to her sister, and also it's been a lot of shit. Plus, I've heard Gloria's name in quite a few other circles as well. And then, not to be just all on Gloria, Matt has had his share of shit as well. Even as recent as after they've had a divorce, of course, but as recent as him, declaring that he and Rihanna had some sort of relationship, some sort of friendship. I think his words were, we're going to see where it's going. And we know that Rihanna shut that shit down real fast. So, they all have their issues. Also, Matt Barnes is a professional basketball player, and we already know what time it is with them. Okay, so not really saying who's at fault or who is the most wrong here. I'm just going to lay the story out for you. So, Matt and Gloria are now divorced. Gloria is moving on with her life, as is Matt. Gloria is now supposed to be dating Derek Fisher. Now, Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes were once teammates on the Los Angeles Lakers. Not really sure what their relationship was there, whether or not they were really close, or if they was just cool, or was they just, hey man, what's up in the locker room? We not clear on what the relationship was there, but I guess it's safe to say that they had some sort of relationship, professional or personal. So Gloria is supposedly dating Derek Fisher, who is now a coach at New York for the New York Knicks. Matt Barnes is now a player for the Memphis Grizzlies. In an unfortunate set of circumstances, Matt Barnes was in Santa Barbara for a training camp with the Memphis Grizzlies, and he found out in some kind of way, one of the homies called him and was just like, hey, look like your boy Derek Fisher is at your girl's house, and looks like that they might be dating. And again, we don't know the particulars. We don't know if there has been some bad blood there, or if this was the first time that Matt had found out. We don't know none of that. All we do know is that Matt Barnes was pissed off enough, because granted, this is the house that he and his wife, his now ex-wife, have shared, where they were raising their children, and now Derek Fisher has slid his ass on in, and it has bothered Matt Barnes. So he proceeds to jump his ass in the car, drive an hour and a half, I'd say almost 2 hours, from Santa Barbara to Los Angeles, drives up to his former home and commences to beat his former teammate's ass. Okay, well, the jury is out on whether or not he beat his ass, but what I'm gonna say is this. Derek Fisher, although he looks like he's strong, and he looks like he's stocky enough to hold his position, I will say that Matt Barnes looked like he is just the type of nigga that will beat somebody's ass because he's been doing it all his life. Okay, he's this light-skinned, dude that's been having to probably prove himself over the years, growing up, light-skinned, curly-haired dude. Okay, he just looked like he got it. He looked like he might have them hands with him, y'all. So that's what they're saying, that he beat Derek Fisher up after there was a confrontation at his former residence, and it was broken up. And then they say that Derek Fisher didn't show up for work the next day with the New York Knicks, and that he cited personal reasons. I mean, people did say that they saw pictures of him or whatever, days or a couple of days later, and he didn't have any scratches on him. So I wouldn't say that it was a beat down where niggas, eye was hanging and lip was busted and nose was bleeding and shit like that. But maybe he was tired afterwards. And the big debate today seems to be, who do we feel is most at fault here? Is it Gloria for dating somebody that she knew her ex-husband was friends with? Is it Derek Fisher, who is dating a woman who used to be married to, supposedly either one of his teammates up to maybe being a good friend? Or was it Matt Barnes, who, even though she's an ex-wife, feels that he has some sort of claim on who she should or shouldn't date? So you guys tell me what you think about it. My personal opinion is, I could see everybody's side in this situation. Okay, if I was to be Gloria's side, I would say, well, you know what? I've moved on. Shit has happened. I've been hurt, and it's time for me to move on with my life. And if this is my one chance at happiness, if this is my soulmate, then this is what it is. Okay, that's if I was Gloria. If I was Derek Fisher, maybe I would have a lot of the same feeling as Gloria. Well, yeah, it is kind of toe up that this is my teammate's ex-wife, but I love this woman, and I want to give it a shot. Not too many people get a true shot at love. Okay, now you guys, I know I'm giving you guys the glossed over, the real perfect, in a perfect world type of response. Maybe that's what Derek Fisher is feeling. And then if I was Matt Barnes, maybe I would say, ain't this about a bitch that a motherfucker is dating my ex-wife when she has been around him, and my kids have been around him, and they think of him as Uncle Derek. Uncle D. Was the motherfuckers looking at each other the whole time that we was in the house and having problems? Is he one of the reasons why we not together no more? You guys, you got to think about all of these things that goes through the heads of people that have bad blood or have broken up. Okay, so that's what maybe all of them are thinking. If it was me and I put myself in that position, if I had a good friend of mine, me and my husband broke up, and a good friend of mine started to date my husband, then I would have a problem with it. Even if I didn't want the nigga back, because now it's just the principle of the fact. You already know what it was with me and my husband, and we have kids and all of that, and you mean to tell me that you just out of all the motherfuckers in the world, you can't go and find somebody else? You have to be with my husband? I'm not saying that it's a perfect response. I'm not saying if it's even the right response, but I myself would have a problem with that. Now, would I beat the bitch's ass? Probably not. You guys, I'm not a fighter. I'm not confrontational. I'm not that type of person. But you best believe that I would cut the bitch off. And the fact that it's my friend that's now dating my ex-husband, she best be expecting an ass whooping at any time. Okay, even if it never happens. You need to be looking forward and always on your guard. We don't live in a perfect world, okay? And we would like for our responses to be grown and mature, but sometimes we just don't operate that way. And when you operating on emotions and you operating on love, maybe there's still some feelings there. Or like I said, if it's just the point of the matter, I can kind of understand where Matt is coming from. I myself feel like the person that's the most wrong is Derek. I feel like he is coming between some drama and he's just making the shit worse. Not only that, but Derek is going through a divorce himself with his ex-wife. So just like, he's still got his own shit cooking, and then, but it's hard to say because people just deserve to be in love and be happy. And y'all know me. I want every motherfucker to be in love, right? But, we have to also be realistic, and, you try to look out for other people's feelings, but then when you hurt and when shit is so much stuff has happened, I'm sure that we don't even know about, it's hard to really say what you would or wouldn't do unless you're in that situation. So I want you guys to tell me who you think is the most wrong. Do you think that he should even feel the way that he did? Should he move on with his life? Is it different because him and Gloria were married and that they have children, and this was maybe somebody that you trusted enough to be around your family, and now you mean to tell me that you now you Uncle Daddy? Yeah, you guys let me know about what you feel about that. But yeah, it's unfortunate because I do like Derek Fisher, but I've heard some things about Derek Fisher that hasn't really sit well with me. I won't share them here, but yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, y'all, that's the 411 on who drop kicked who. Shout out to Riri. Y'all, we're just having some drama with these relationships this week. Okay, so Victor Cruz, his fiance, Miss Elena Watley, she looked like she got fed up with Victor Cruz's bullshit. She got a hold of the nigga's phone, went on in there and contacted all of his side chicks and jump offs, and basically let them know what's what. Okay, I'm gonna read a little bit of what she said. She says, "Hello ladies, this is Elena, Victor Cruz's fiance. You all know about me and I seem to be the topic of conversation with Vic. I'm sure he's told you many of the things about us that we don't exist, but given the fact that you all meet him in hotel rooms only, we all know that's a lie. Just as he tells me you are all whores and mean nothing to him." Okay. She went on to explain her position and, you know, what he said and what he did and who he's seeing and fucking and we all together and let's compare notes just so we at least know, okay, that we all are fucking this one same man. Okay, she also released pictures of him nude, dick print shots, actual dick shots. Yeah, Miss Elena Watley was in her feelings quite a bit. The general question seemed to be, did she look silly doing this, or is she right, and is she you know, putting her foot down and letting these bitches know what's what over in the Cruz / Watley residence? You guys want to know my opinion? My opinion is, first of all, you're the fiance. You're not necessarily the wife, so you haven't quite sealed the deal yourself. But I get it. You're engaged, and, you know, I'm sure that she's at the top of the list. She's been met the family, and everybody know her, and they planning this wedding or what have you. But the only way that I would think that this would be a successful feat is if you send out all of this message. Now, everybody thought that she put it on Instagram, and that's not what she did. She sent it to them in a direct, like a messaging, like a BlackBerry Messenger or something like that. Not necessarily BlackBerry, but y'all understand what I'm saying. And one of the jump offs put it out public. And so it made her look silly after the fact, because it's now like you put all your business out there. These jump offs and side chicks obviously don't care, because what? They didn't put your shit out there on Front Street, right? They didn't care before you said anything. They really don't care now that you said something, because what it ends up looking is that you are just silly because you are still putting up with Mr. Victor Cruz. All the wording in the message made it seem like she was staying. We don't know for sure if she is or isn't. As a matter of fact, neither one of them have even confirmed that the message was indeed from her. But if we were to make the assumption from what she said, it seems like she was still going to be with him, and she was just kind of letting them know, like, bitch, I'm number one in the book. He don't give a fuck about you guys. You know, it's just sort of like, what is the purpose of doing that? If you know that you're not going nowhere, and you know that these girls already don't care, and they probably already know about you, and I'm pretty sure know that they not the only one in the book, because if he fucking one, he probably fucking all. It's just sort of like, what was the whole purpose? You would have done better kind of turning a blind eye or handling it in your own home so that it's just between the two of you, and then you know, reaping the benefits, because if you want to stay in the relationship and you still want to be able to get the money and the fame and the accolades and all that comes along with, you know, dating one of these ballers or getting married to one of these ballers, then I don't understand what the purpose is. What is the purpose? Even if all them girls went away, do you mean to tell me that you think that this one letter is gonna make make all the side chicks and the jump offs of the world decide to stay away from Victor Cruz? No, he gonna get a whole new group, and it's gonna be business as usual. And even if you don't accept this, do you know how many women out there that will accept it? You know, it's sort of like a lost cause. And if you want to make a statement, okay, and put the nigga shit out there, then do it like Garcia Bouvet did. You guys remember when she did that to her ex-husband? She went into his email and let all his business associates know that he was fucking around, and, you know, she did all of that, and then she was out. Bitch, this is how you, this is a going away party for that ass. I'm gonna tell everybody what the fuck you did, and then I'm gonna get my kids, and I'm gonna get the hell away. Yeah, I don't really understand why she did it, because it seems like she's still going to be there. And now everybody knows your business, and now everybody is giving their opinion of your business. Even if you and your fiance have a, you know, come to Jesus and you guys really do work on this relationship and he really becomes faithful and all, do you know what's the vision that we still have of Victor Cruz? That the niggas out there fucking everybody. I think they said it's something like 200 women. I mean, he might not be fucking everybody, but at least he has 200 women that he is involved with in some way. Maybe texting, sexting, you know. So it's just like, girl, you just didn't... Yeah, you shouldn't have did that. So, but what do you guys think? Do you think that she was, you know, that she was asserting herself and that this was something that needs to be done and she's scaring off these women? Or do you feel like me and just feel like it's absolutely an unnecessary move unless you is out? Y'all leave your comments below. Y'all, your boy Andrew Delivert Caldwell is in the news again. He was on a radio show somewhere and he said that he was having relations, or that he's had relations in the past with Kordell Stewart. As soon as I saw that, I didn't believe it. It just seemed convenient. Even though we have our suspicions about Kordell Stewart, like, it didn't feel like it was a real thing. I mean, not only that, but we can't believe shit. Well, I was feeling at the time, I can't believe anything that he says. I mean, you know, you can just look at him and tell that, you know, brother man is still going through some things and some shit might not be all the way 100, right? So it was all over the blogs and people were all, you know, oh, Kordell is having an affair, you know, or sleeping with this, what's his name? Andrew Caldwell. We just gonna call him Delivert, you guys. I was just like, well, I would hope that Kordell, even if he is gay or he's in the closet or fucking around with these men, like, look, maybe you can get somebody a little bit better than Andrew Caldwell. He don't seem like at the top of the list. Like, I mean, you know, if you Kordell Stewart and you got, you know, a name behind you or something, I mean, it seemed like it would be, you know, some better gays in line than Andrew. That's all I'm saying, y'all. But people were reporting on it and everything. Now comes out yesterday that Mr. Delivered goes on and apologizes and says that he was lying and that he never had a relationship with Mr. Kordell Stewart and that he wasn't coerced into this apology or anything. He just felt bad and he felt like he needed to, you know, get out there and say something because the story was picking up so much steam. But let me tell you why they said that he lied in the first place. So evidently one of these people who prey on those who want to have their 15 minutes of fame approached Andrew Caldwell and said that he was getting a reality show started. This guy's name was Khia&Janet. I want y'all to stay the fuck away from Khia&Janet because he about that bullshit. Okay, he gets a hold of Andrew Caldwell and says that he's gonna do this reality show with him, and you know, they needed to get some buzz about the TV show. So what he wanted Andrew to do was get on the radio and, you know, say that he's had relations with Kordell Stewart, and if he did that, you guys, that he would get $600,000 from Miss Portia Williams, who is the ex-wife of Kordell Stewart. Now, I don't know, you know, who I should be more mad at. I have a feeling that, you know, Delivert ain't got too much good sense. Okay, the nigga stupid. $600,000 damn dollars. Do Portia even have that much money? I mean, you know, she might have access to that kind of money, but I'm talking about hard cash in the motherfucking bank. I mean, do you really believe that? At this point, why would she even care now? Portia done moved on with her life, I'm assuming. She dating young boys and all of that. Kordell keeps to himself. He ain't out in the news and out in the media and all of that. Okay, the motherfucker is trying to live whatever life he living, you know, on the low, in the closet, whatever. All of a sudden, it's all of this. Why do he believe that a motherfucker is gonna get $600,000? I said, well, he must have saw his ass coming. So yeah, Khia&Janet, child, and it always is a Khia&Janet, eh? Khia&Janet Keon told him, you know, that's what was going to get the buzz going, and that was what was going to get the drama and get his show picked up, because, you know, they ain't even got the show picked up. Yeah, Mr. Keon got some problems with him too, because they say that, you know, Delivered, you know, he flew him out here to Atlanta or some shit like that, and he was supposed to put him up in a hotel, and Keon went to the damn Marriott with some letter that he went and typed on his damn computer and said that he was the CEO of the Marriott hotels, and that he wanted a room, but he didn't want the room comped. He just wanted a discount on the room. Delivered, y'all. And yeah, they didn't believe him at the Marriott. Okay, go figure. And they told the nigga, we gonna call the police on your ass if you don't get the hell up out of here. So, you know, he ran off. Okay, Delivered after him, all that, and I guess Delivered finally got it like, ding, this nigga is lying. I don't know if he black or white, y'all. I don't know if Keon is black or white. But I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna take a guess at it, educated, and say that, yeah, maybe Keon is black. And I'm sure we as black people have made many strides, but, you know, maybe the people at Marriott would know if they CEO look like Keon Moon. That's all the fuck I'm saying. So, yeah, y'all, it's a fucking disaster. So now Delivered has come out and said, yeah, it was a lie, and Keon had put all this pressure on him to come out and say that shit, and he feels bad because he should. Like, why the fuck you picking on Kordell? Okay, it's just like Kordell ain't fucking around with nobody. Let that Negro go and be whatever he gonna be over there. Leave him alone. So, y'all, we sick of Delivered. We want Delivered to go somewhere and really get delivered, okay, and cut this mess out. All right, you guys, Nicki Minaj's interview with New York Times Magazine. Did you read it? You guys, it was a very long piece, which they do. They tend to get wordy in New York Times Magazine, but I read it. I did read it, and it was interesting enough. It was just way too long and too much. Basically, I'm gonna tell you what it was about. It was about women in music, the very strong women in music. Your Beyoncés, your Rihannas, your Nicki Minaj's, your Lady Gaga's, your Madonnas, your Katy Perry's, your Miley Cyrus's, you know, big names, your Taylor Swifts, people who make buku money in the music industry, you know, in their relation to hip-hop and pop culture and all of that. The focus was on Nicki Minaj. Like I said, it was an interesting piece. Didn't learn nothing new. You guys, we have said that Nicki Minaj is self-centered and only concerned about anything that just affects her. And maybe in this piece we got a little bit of that when she starts talking about the whole thing with Miley Cyrus. And I find it interesting that she was able to forgive Taylor Swift when Taylor Swift did confront her, when she put the tweet out about how MTV only, you know, is basically catering to these thin white women and giving them nominations, and, you know, that she didn't get nominated because she's a curvy black woman. I'm paraphrasing, this is not exactly the words, but, you know, she said what she said, and then Taylor jumped in and got upset because she felt some kind of way about Nicki talking about these skinny white women. Then that turned into some mess, and Katie jumped in and all of that. Well, then Miley was interviewed by the same magazine, New York Times Magazine, and she just said that Nicki wasn't the nicest woman. I agreed. You know, not only that, but we all know that MTV loved Nicki Minaj, and she got quite a few other nominations. It just wasn't for that one video. She got up in her feelings, and you know, she tied it to the whole black struggle and you know, appropriations and all of that, and she kind of used what's been hot and big in the media and, you know, in the talk right now, kind of to her own advantage. So in the interview, she goes on and she expands on it, and she says how she was pissed with Miley, what Miley said, even though she forgave Taylor, and not only forgave but performed with her at the MTV Awards, which was just sort of like, that's interesting. But you know, she confronted Miley, what's good, bitch, or, you know, whatever she said. But she was very upset with Miley and just kind of said how, you know, you guys want to be with black people and you want to wear black people clothes and black people hairstyles, and you want to, you know, have the black people culture and hang out with the black people and do all this with the black people, but you don't really care about what our struggle is. Again, paraphrasing. And when I read that, I was just like, all right, Nicki. Yeah, you know, it just kind of feels like you using this, okay, and you carrying it on way too long. because at this point it is what it is, and you won your awards, and you know, why are we still going on with this? Azealia Banks called her on it many times. Azealia does make sense, and this was definitely one of those times, you know, and I'm paraphrasing again, but Azealia was just like, I wish that Nikki would you know, basically always go this hard when, you know, people have these issues with cultural appropriation, and not when it just pertains to her. She went so hard on Lil' Kim and basically tried to squash her career, and she's talking about black people banding together and all of this, and she that's not really what she's about. And I agree. I think Nikki just needs to just let this one go. Just let it go. I agreed with Azealia Banks. Y'all tell me what you think about that. But yeah, in the interview, I was just reading, there's this one part when she was talking about, you know, insecurities and, you know, growing up and not feeling all that beautiful, which we all have felt like this. Even the prettiest girls, you know, when I talk to some of my friends who were just, you know, considered beautiful back in the day, even, you know, they had their insecurities. Okay, even we all have had our insecurities. So I mean, I got that part, but when she was talking about how she still feels insecure on Instagram because everybody is so beautiful, and you know, she knew that there were filters, but people are retouching photos, and she just was so amazed because she's trying to strive to be I said, now, Nikki, you about to get me to fucking click off this damn computer with this bullshit. Don't sit here and insult our intelligence like that. See, these are the kind of things that bothers me with Nicki Minaj. Bitch, you know that they touch up. You take pictures all the time, professional pictures, and you understand what exactly these pictures mean and how much they touch people up. I know you gonna sit up here and say you didn't know they did. I said, girl, if you don't cut this shit out, I know something. So yeah, like, it was certain parts like that was in there. But you know, the interview went south when they asked her about, you know, and it looked like the interview was a long time, because I tell you, the fucking article, like I said, is just long. But maybe she was getting tired, I don't know. But by evening fall, and you know, they got on around to the subject of the whole beef between Drake and Meek Mill, and you know, the shit that's going on with Young Money and Cash Money and Lil Wayne and Baby. I kind of understood why Nicki Minaj got frustrated, because none of that stuff really has anything to do with her directly. And the person that was interviewing her, what was the lady's name? Vanessa Grigoriadis. Sounds like a Greek name. Yeah, what y'all think? That Greek? Anyway, she asked her, did she thrive on the drama of, you know, the shit that goes on between these men? And, you know, that's really not a fair question, because none of that had anything to do with it. I mean, she has said that she, you know, didn't like the fact that Drake and Meek Mill were fighting. I'm sure she doesn't want to be in the middle of a label dispute, because besides it being, you know, people that you probably respect and you know, feel like they are maybe mentors of you fighting, okay, it's also fucking up your money some kind of way. So I'm sure she's not thriving on that drama. And I'm sure that the drama between Drake and Meek Mill was not something that she would have wanted. You know, for the interviewer to ask her that, yeah, that probably would have pissed me off too. That's when the shit went south, and you know, she was just like, you know, that's fucked up that you would say that. You asking me, do I thrive on drama? You know, so she went off on her, and the interview went bad. But that's, I'm telling you, after fucking probably hours and hours of them sitting there talking anyway, so maybe Nikki was over it. But you guys tell me what you think about it. Okay, do you agree with Azealia Banks? I can see where Azealia would find the irony in the shit that Nicki Minaj was saying. So y'all just tell me what you think about it. I have been talking way too long. That is that damn coffee that I had today. Yeah, y'all tell me what you think about it. Leave it down below. About Rihanna's Vanity Fair interview real fast, you guys. In short, I really like Rihanna. I have respect for this girl. We have watched her grow up literally in front of our eyes when she first started, you know, whenever that was, on till, you know, now. She's 27 years old, so we watched her throughout all her 20s. You guys know, those of you guys who are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, y'all know that the 20s is some shit that go down in the 20s. So she's about to enter a new stage in her life, and I just like to hear that, you know, how mature she is, and, you know, that she's not this person that maybe her persona is, okay? And I feel like she's making, you know, she's making some really positive changes on her image that maybe she didn't even give herself, that we have given her over the shit that's happened to her. Her unfortunate ass, you know, shit that happened with Chris Brown, which probably catapulted both of them into an even higher stratosphere. But I like her. The interview was a really cool interview, just to kind of get her perspective on life and love and the things that she wants for herself. Yeah, it was just cool. It was also a long interview, but not nowhere near as long as the Nicki Minaj interview. But yeah, Rihanna has come a long way, you guys. And you know, she's a fucking entrepreneur. I think they said 8-time Grammy winner. You know, she is a fashionista. She is a philanthropist. You know, she's done a lot for different foundations. She's broken all kind of records on the music charts. I mean, she is very, very accomplished. And for her to still kind of have some semblance of normalcy, even with all the shit that she's been through, I think that it is very, very good. So yeah, you guys check out the Vanity Fair interview. When I woke up this morning, I got on Instagram, I see that she has released the cover art for her supposed long-awaited new album. I don't even know if it's long-awaited. It's just that we were so used to getting music from Rihanna every year, just like clockwork. She was putting them damn albums out back to back to back to back. And now that it's been a couple of years since we got her last album, now everybody is wondering, like, now what's going on here? They're saying that she's trying to find her sound, or trying to, because even all the songs that she's released, none of it is cohesive. Like, none of it sounds the same. That American Oxygen don't sound like Bitch Better Have My Money, don't sound like the song with Kanye and Paul McCartney. So, you know, it sounds like his shit is kind of all over the place. Maybe she's just trying to figure it out. But yeah, at least she didn't release the cover art, you guys. The album supposedly is named Anti, or maybe is it Anti-Rate? Because it was supposed to be Rate, and now it looks like it's Anti, and I don't know. But yeah, you guys, that was just kind of my ode to Rihanna. I really like this girl, and you know, I want her to continue to win. She's doing very well for herself, though, you guys. So that's that on the Vanity Fair interview. You guys know that she is in a relationship with Cat Williams, or I had heard that they had broken up. All of a sudden it came up yesterday that she was pregnant by Cat Williams, and you know, congratulations to the two of them. And I was just like, oh, I guess they worked it out. Good for them. Okay, then it comes out that no, that's not the case. That it looks like some of the powers that be are putting this story out there and trying to spin this whole thing, because Hazel E did an interview with the Joy brand, where she kind of gives a little bit more insight on why Jason Lee was just so, you know, upset with her. Among other things, she just said that she didn't even really know him. She didn't really know he was going to be, she didn't know he was going to be on the show until she got there. She couldn't understand why he was so funky with her. And the reason why he threw the drink is because actually what she said, that Love and Hip Hop Hollywood cut out because they didn't want to be held liable and maybe get sued. But what she said was that all she knew about Jason Lee was that he was having problems with his boyfriend Taj Mowry. And who is Taj Mowry? Well, Taj Mowry is the smart guy. He is the younger brother of Tia and Tamara, the twins. Yeah, supposedly he is in the closet gay, and Jason Lee had a relationship with the young man. That was a relationship that they didn't want to get out. So when she said that, supposedly she upset Jason Lee, I guess because she was spilling his tea on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and he didn't know for sure if it was going to make it to the show or not for all of us to see. And that's when he picked up the damn vodka. It was vodka and pineapple juice, and threw the shit in her face. So that's what is the bigger story of why she got you know, under Jason's skin so much. I guess it's a big salacious story. I've seen pictures of Taj around over the years, and I'm gonna say right now that, you know, I think I already thought he was gay. I mean, I just kind of had that feeling. feeling. So yeah, that don't surprise me all that much, you know, other than, damn, you with Jason Lee? Like, he's a cute enough kid. I thought maybe he could get something better than a damn Jason Lee. But you know what? Maybe you can't help who you love, right? But I mean, I guess you don't want people to be talking about whether or not you gay if you haven't officially come out. Okay, maybe his family knows, but you know, his fans and all of that. I mean, do he still have fans? I mean, when the last time y'all seen Taj? Is he acting? Is he on anything? Okay, well anyway, that's what they say. The Joy brand. You guys can go onto YouTube and look at the interview that Hazel. You know, the good thing about Hazel is, honey, Hazel just says it. Whenever she does her interviews, she don't kind of hold back at all. So that's exactly what the reason in all of the, you know, the bad feelings that Jason has towards Hazel. Did you guys think that Taj was straight? Y'all. Up here, Amber Rose's SlutWalk. You guys, I don't really know much about the SlutWalk. I don't know about the success of it. It doesn't seem like it was that much of a success. I was looking at the pictures and the different little videos on Instagram of them doing the walk, and I just noticed that they kept all of the pictures very tight and all the videos very tight framed, so you couldn't really get an idea of what size the crowd was of people that were attending the SlutWalk. So I'm going to go on and say, I'm going to go on my educated guess and say that maybe it wasn't the success that they wanted it to be, but they definitely had a people there and a showing. So funny, my girlfriend, my Persian, y'all, my girl that does my jewelry, she told me that her father, he was going to work, and he told her that all of the damn hoes, all the whores was already out on the streets, and he didn't understand what the fuck was going on. Now you guys have to remember they're Iranians, or her father has like this strong ass accent. He come to work telling them like, you know what, the hose is out. That shit is funny to me. So immediately I knew it was a slut walk, and I feel bad for Amber because, you know, I understood what she was trying to do. I understood what the message was. I think the message got lost in translation because of the name. First of all, even though she didn't come up with the name started in Toronto. I told you guys about it before. It started in Canada and all of that, but I don't know if Amber herself attaching herself to this movement was a positive for this slut walk, because Amber has all of her baggage that comes with her. So I understand what she was trying to do and what she was trying to say, and people being slut shamed, and the whole women's liberation movement where women should be able to do what they want to do and be sexual and all of that. But you know, it just comes to this, it's just whether or not you still gonna be kind of responsible for how you present yourself. Okay, now I done already said, if you're gonna be a hoe, then be the best hoe you can be. And what I mean by that is, you know, if that's what you want to be, then you stand firm in it, and that's what it is. But you also have to be responsible to know that the image that you're putting off to other people are going to judge you, and that's just what it is. So you can't just be out here running and to keep it real, it just really is some hoes out there that just don't care and is fucking everybody and just kind of putting a bad name out there for themselves. But I understand that women are sexual. Women are sexual beings just like men. Women that are single want to be able to do what they want to do just like men. It is not fair that we get attached with the stigma and the slut names and all of that, and the men don't. But that's just kind of how it works, and it's gonna take a long time before we change people's minds. I mean, times have changed quite a bit even now, but still, it's just as women, the stigma is always gonna be there, and it's too bad. But people made so much fun of her, just really gave her a hard time. Lil Duval and Lance Gross, and a lot of people was just really having a problem with it instead of really trying to understand what she was trying to say. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, but I saw the video of her crying, and you know, her talking about how she was hurt by Wiz Khalifa and Kanye, and I get that, because you know, these are people that she had for real relationship with. It wasn't a fly-by-night fuck. I mean, she was married to Wiz and had a kid by him, and you know, Kanye made a whole fucking album about her. That 808s and Heartbeats, or whatever the fuck the name of the album is all about her. At one time called her his muse. So from you to go from that and then to you guys just to really just kind of throw her under the bus and say some really horrible, nasty things about her is fucked up. Okay, granted that she did say some shit about Kanye, well, you know, his family it was a tit for tat. It was a going back and forth. But you know, I understand why she was hurt about that. So I did feel sorry for her in that sense. But I don't know what to say about it. What do you guys think about the slut walk and the whole women's liberation? And you know, people shouldn't feel like just because you dressed a certain way, or if you're out hanging out and partying, you know, that you shouldn't be judged, and you don't ask to be raped, and all of that. You don't. But you got to know that when you act and present yourself a certain way, that people are gonna receive you that way, or receive their perception of you that way. So yeah, y'all just let me know. I got a couple more stories. You guys, so Khia was on a T.S. Madison live Facebook broadcast the other day, and you guys, I got my life off that fucking video. If you haven't seen it, you have got to see it. Somebody sent it to me. I ain't never even heard of T.S. Madison. I didn't know who that person was. Somebody sent it to me, and just on a whim, I watched it, and the shit is hilarious. Okay, you guys, I am always going to be there for some people who are sitting around drinking and recording themselves live. Not quite sloppy drunk, but just drunk enough where you is so loose at the lip that you kind of just say whatever come to mind. And Khia, you know, even when she's not, is it Khia or Khia? Even when she's not drinking, that baby ain't never had problems with saying how the fuck she felt. So, you know, somebody had asked, they were taking questions from people, and somebody had asked her about the Janet Jackson album. I'm just gonna say the shit was so fucking funny. First of all, before I talk about what she was saying about Janet Jackson and the hilariousness of the whisper, she was talking about how she shows this email from BET, and they wanted to get some clearance from her because they wanted to use, this is where I was confused, they wanted to use what I thought the email was saying was her image from this video. What was the name of the damn song, you guys? Y'all know it's So Excited. They wanted to use her image for the video to put in this, you know, basic like a documentary about Janet Jackson and all of that. They had to get clearance from her, but she was trying to make it seem like she wrote the song and they was trying to get clearance from her as if the song was hers. So I wasn't really sure on what she was trying to say, but she said that, you know, she was on the song with Janet Jackson and that she was in the video with Janet Jackson, and at the last minute Janet Jackson cut her out of the video because, you know, what her words was that she was hating and that she thought that Khia, whatever it is, was sleeping with Jermaine Dupri. I was just like, well, why Janet Jackson needs to hate on Khia? Yeah, that's not what the situation was. If she felt like you was fucking Jermaine Dupri, then she was like, I'll be damned if I'm gonna have this bitch on my song and help her in any kind of way when she fucking my man. And that must have been around the same time when, you know, Jermaine Dupri got caught fucking the stripper and had the baby and all of that. So, you know, Janet was like, fuck all y'all, you ain't in my shit. Khia was trying to make it seem like she was trying to that was her song, she wrote it for Janet Jackson, and that, you know, Janet kind of fucked her. I don't know what that story is. I think I believe more that they were trying to get the clearance on the image. But, you know, on top of that, you guys, they talk about the damn album. I like Janet Jackson. I respect Janet Jackson, but I you know, after Demeter Joe, I was like, bitch, it'd be a fucking cold day in hell before I buy another one of her damn albums. I'm just not doing it. But good for her. She's released Unbreakable, and, you know, everybody seems to be very happy with it and all. I already knew what it was gonna be, so when she was talking about it, oh my god, you guys, I just want you to see it. I want you to see it. And y'all don't be mad at me because I'm talking about Janet, because I still do really love Janet Jackson, but y'all do know that all that whispering and soft baby talk, I can't listen to no fucking album of that. As a matter of fact, my girlfriend told me she got it the other day and she didn't like it. She was gonna send it to me. I was like, bitch, save your stamp. Get that motherfucker to somebody in LA that want it, because I'm cool. So yeah, you guys, but y'all check out that video. T.S. Madison, I'm sure it's on YouTube. Y'all check it out. Tell me what you thought about that damn Khia and the T. Y'all did not. Yeah, I told you I didn't know who T.S. Madison was. Oh, my battery is dying. Fuck. I told you I didn't know who T.S. Madison was. When she was setting up the video, she was pretty and everything, and then when she started talking, I was like, oh my god, it's a man. Child. Or, you know, cross dress. I was totally shocked. She had a deep ass man voice, but looked, I mean, dead on a woman titties and everything. Y'all, tell you that modern medicine, the shit that they able to do nowadays. Is it still working? Y'all, the battery's still dead. Hold on 1 second. And last lastly, you guys, since we're talking about albums, let's talk about Tamar Braxton's album, you guys. Yes, that's all I can say is yes. I did not buy her first album because I enjoyed some of the songs on there, but it's nothing that I felt like I had to have. But I tell you what, this second album is very, very, very good. It is very, very good. This girl has a phenomenal voice. Yes, it can get into the, it can get into that every now and again, but even that don't get on my nerves, you guys. This bitch can sing. The songs on there, even though they're all very low-key, ballady, almost, smooth groove R&B kind of feels to every single song on there. They're all different enough where you feel like you can kind of just sit there and listen to the whole album. It is an excellent album. I am really shocked that they even released If I Don't Have You as the first song, because there's way better songs on there than that. That's my least favorite song, as a matter of fact. But whatever, I'm sure they had a rhyme to their reason and why they did what they did. Right now, I guess Catfish is the song that's out, Down Flex. Even that one is not one of the better songs on there. I mean, that's a cool song, I guess, because it's not real slow and it's kind of groovy. It kind of gives you that feel of back to life, back to reality, back to life. It's that same kind of groove, right? But yeah, you guys, the album is really, really good and definitely worth, well, it's $12.99 on iTunes now. I think you can probably still get it in the stores for $9.99 if you buy CDs. But yeah, she should be proud. And I've seen her really, really big up in the album, and I think that was the reason why I was just like, whatever. Everybody always got to big up they shit because they want you to buy it, right? But yeah, she definitely put her money where her mouth is. It's an excellent CD. It's an excellent CD. Definitely worth adding to your collection. Tell me what you think about it. What is your favorite song on there? I don't know the names of nothing, but it's one of them songs that's closer to the end. I was like, bitch, you best to do this shit. Oh my God, you guys, it's really, really nice. Real, real nice. So yeah, y'all go on and get that joint, Calling All Lovers. Good shit. Alright, you guys, I got my hair done yesterday and it now feels like my red lipstick used to really match my red hair, and now I'm looking at it and it now looking like it don't match. So I'm wondering if some of the color washed away when I got it done yesterday. Y'all care about that? No. Let me get off of here, you guys. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.